Hi, dude. We are live. What's up, guys? This is Dem Keys, and holy shit, dude. The time kind of just got away from me. It has been, I don't know, 10 days, I think, 11 days, maybe. Let's say 10 days. Because the last time that I streamed was on the 18th, apparently, and it is now the 29th. So, I mean, I want to say 11 days, but like the next day has kind of just started for me. So that's why I'm saying 10 days. Either way, dude, holy shit. I didn't even realize until like yesterday that the days just kind of got away from me. And I need to be more careful about that. Because I was mentioning earlier that, well, in my previous streams, I was mentioning that Cutane, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? We are mainly just going to be yapping today. Um, I wanted to I wanted to stream today, get one stream in before the New Year's. Hopefully, I'll be streaming tomorrow as well, and maybe the day after. I'm not sure. I'm okay. Wait, what is? Hold on. Let me check how many days this month has. Okay, 31st. Right. So we are currently on the 29th. I'm streaming today. I'll stream tomorrow. Probably not going to stream the day after because I'm going to be drunk. New Year's and all. So yeah. Hopefully I'll be streaming tomorrow as well. But today I wanted to chat about stuff. Like, okay, first of all, I need to get better at, well, streaming in general. Like just streaming, regardless whether it's a talking stream or a mute stream. So okay, the new year is coming, right? 2025 is approaching in like 2 3 days, 2 days, 2 days, right? Well, let's say 3 days. The new year is coming in 3 days. Um, I usually don't do the New Year's resolution kind of thing like that. That's just not what I do. People who like doing it, great, good on you. But it's just not something that I do. Um, but I do. There are certain things that I'm hoping to be able to achieve or make more progress in. Let's say in this coming year. I wouldn't necessarily call them resolutions, but yeah, there are things that I'm hoping to accomplish or at least make some progress in. Um, and it's also kind of crazy to think back on this entire year, which is again something that I don't usually do. It's just at least the last 2 or 3 years it's been like that for me where it's like, okay, yeah, the year was the year. That's that. But this year, dude, holy shit. This year has been I've been dude, I made tons of progress this year. Something that I'm incredibly happy about is that I really wanted to get into machine learning and deep learning and AI in general, and I managed to do that this year. I also discovered through doing ML and AI research that I was interested in data science. So then that also became a goal of mine to learn data science and get started with data science, and I did that as well. So I've been making progress in data science, machine learning, and deep learning, and I still have tons more progress to make. I was about to say I still have tons more to do, which technically, yeah, true. I still have a lot to do. I still have a lot of progress that I need to make. Um, and hopefully, this next year is going to be filled with that kind of progress. It's going to be. I'm hoping to go way more further in terms of my my progress with data science and deep learning specifically. Something else that I'm happy about is just in general, I kind of became more active with streaming, and I've made a bunch of progress on my VTuber app. I've been I've been doing most of it on stream, and then there was towards the end of the year I kind of stopped doing it. Or well, I guess after mid year, or after, let's say Q, or let's say within Q3, I think I just stopped doing any Unity development on stream, mostly because of how slow things were becoming. But now, hopefully, I'm going to be starting that up again soon, since I've moved a bunch of my Unity stuff over to Linux, and things are so much faster. And I've also managed to find a way to stream the game development stuff from Linux over to my Windows machine, and then from my Windows machine to Twitch. So that way I can keep my entire stream set up on Windows while still doing Unity stuff on Linux. And honestly, I'm having a very good time doing Unity stuff on Linux. There's tons of Unity stuff that I wanna get into, and hopefully we'll be getting into that soon. Um, as soon as going to be basically in the next year. There's a bunch of things that I have lined up that I want to do. Um, I also want to get back into making Unity tutorials, not just Unity tutorials, but like tutorials in general. So for those of you who don't know, I have a YouTube channel, and I had started posting tutorials back in 2014, I think. And since then, I started posting in 2014, and then because I enjoyed it so much, so I kept on making tutorials, and based on people's feedback, I improved my tutorials. And I like to think that I got pretty good at making tutorials. And then I just kind of got busy with some other stuff, and things just things came up, because of which I kind of had to put the tutorial stuff on hold, and I never quite resumed it after that. So what was supposed to be a short kind of pause, it became a pretty long pause, and I haven't posted tutorials in a couple of years now. So I wanna start posting tutorials again. I have stuff. I have material lined up. I have ideas lined up and material that I'm working on to make those tutorials. So okay, we can hold on. Let's open this up. Here's what we can do. Okay. Wait, what did I just open? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's fine. Let's open up a markdown thing here. Give it a second. Okay. All right. So, tutorials. That's something that I want to get back into. That's for my main YouTube channel. What else? What else? More progress on the VTuber app. That's another one. Start game dev. Well, Unity game dev project on Linux. More progress with data science. Why is there a 4? How did I hit 4? Oh, it's near the E key. All right. More progress with uh, ML. More progress with deep learning as well. Let's say deep L. What else? What else? Um, there's a couple of things that I wanted to do, but like a lot of this stuff, like these things that I've note it down. I mean, like tutorials alone. Tutorials is sort of like a an umbrella term. It's like a broader term. There's going to be a couple of different types of tutorials that I have lined up, and then there's going to be more ideas that I'm going to come up with. Some of them are Unity tutorials, some of them are general programming tutorials. At this point in time, I feel like I'm more comfortable and more confident in making the tutorials. And well, I mean, I've learned a lot since my old tutorial making days. I've also improved. I'd like to think that I've improved my research workflow and my ability to create tutorial material. So yeah, I wanna get back into doing tutorials. And then what else? More progress on the VTuber app. Yeah, there's a bunch of things that I want to add to the VTuber app. A bunch of things, not just in terms of aesthetic. Okay, the aesthetics thing is kind of interesting because I've mentioned multiple times now that I kind of want to um I want to get better at VFX graph in order to. Oh, you know what? That's another good thing. That's another good thing to add here. Um, Explore and experiment in Unity. Because a while back, I used to do a bunch of exploration in Unity. I would check out like different packages and experiment with building tools for various things, and I kind of stopped doing that because of like I was dealing with an extreme amount of lag in the Unity editor, and it was crazy. It was just I didn't want to open the Unity editor anymore, like unless I really had to. Like that's how slow things were. So now that that situation has improved, I'm gonna get back into it. Um, okay, yeah, I was talking about the VTuber app. So in terms of my VTuber avatar, I've mentioned in the past that I wanted to get better at VFX graphs so that I could add more things to this avatar. But I also realized at the same time that I kind of like this design. Like I don't really want the fancy bells and whistles. I mean, I could still add stuff like textures and stuff to this model. I could add textures to the cube and to the spheres, and uh, I was planning on introducing some sort of trails into it. I'm not sure how well that's gonna go with the green screen because green screen kind of struggles with softer edges. So it becomes evident that there's some kind of green screening going on when you have much more softer edges that are being green screened. I've had that problem before. I can try to fix that issue. But yeah, um, I realized that I kind of like this design. This is a very simple design, right? For those of you who don't know, in my VR chat avatar is more or less this. Except I spent a lot of time writing the shader to do all sorts of animation for the avatar within the shader itself. So there would be, for example, there would be this cube. The cube's faces would sort of expand outward, and then they would disappear, and then what would reappear would be the faces of a different shape, and then it would like contract again to become that shape, and then the thing would remain like that for some time, and then it would again expand and disappear, and then new faces that would appear would be a different shape. I'd coded that entire animation within the shader, and I'd coded a bunch of other things within the shader as well. It was a fun experiment for me to do. while I was learning about shaders at the time. This was years ago. And since then, I've been using that same avatar in VR chat. I never really changed the avatar. One of the reasons was because I didn't want to. I was kind of happy with that design. Um, and once I started working on my VTuber app, I was like, okay, I kind of like that design, so I think that can be my VTuber model. I'm not interested in humanoid models in the slightest bit. Like I have no interest in that. Live 2D avatars with fancy bells and whistles, it's great, but that's not something that I'm interested in. I like this. This is a nice and simple design. It's a simple design, but I still like it. I kind of like the. I guess I like simple designs. I don't know. I don't know how to explain that behavior or how to even understand it. I don't think I need to explain it or understand it. I just like this. I like these kinds of animations and stuff. If I do work on a different avatar, it might be something similar. Just mathematical concepts, um, designs that are or animations that are being done using math. Those are going to be the kinds of avatars that I work on. That being said, okay, I could work on something in VFX Graph that has this kind of an effect. I just thought about that because VFX Graph allows you to do quite quite a lot of complex things. Like you can actually set up logic in there if you want, right? There's a lot of complex stuff you can do, including complex math. Um, so yeah, I could do something. I could do something with VFX Graph eventually. That being said, I like this. I like this model, and I think short of changing some colors in it and maybe adding textures, so there could be like emissive designs and stuff. I doubt I'm gonna do a whole lot with this specific model. Mostly because again, I like what's going on with it already. What I really want to focus on is adding stuff to my VTuber app, adding stuff that's going to sort of add value to the stream. There's a bunch of ideas that I have for stuff that I want to do, and now that I'm not dealing with this lag, I feel like I'll be able to implement it much quicker. I might even be able to do it on stream. I have to. Oh yeah, you know what? Hold on, just a second. Wait, what happened to my mouse? Okay, yeah, there it is. So I've spent the past couple of days looking into Git. I've actually spent the past couple of days doing a bunch of different things. I was busy with stuff and things. But one of the things that I've been doing is looking into Git. I like to say that I'm relearning Git, but it kind of seems to me like this time I'm actually learning Git properly because previously what I did was learn the basics along with the commands and what the commands do. And even then it was just like the basics, like very very basic stuff. I didn't even go into the more complex stuff because shortly after that I just started using GitHub and I was like, dude, I'm fine with the way stuff is done in GitHub. I don't think I need to go back to Git, or rather, I should say, I don't need to go back to the Git CLI because everything that I was doing was I was able to do it through GitHub, and then eventually I started using GitHub Desktop, and GitHub Desktop again it does a fair bit of the stuff that you can do with Git, but or with I should say with the Git CLI. However, there's quite there's quite a lot of complex stuff that you can do with the Git CLI that you might not be able to do with GitHub Desktop. But a lot of the most common operations that you would need to do, stuff like pulling from the origin, um, or pulling from the remote repository, pushing to the remote repository, making commits, There's also a thing about undoing commits and a bunch of other stuff like I don't know. There's I think stashing is a thing. I need to look into exactly what that does. Merging is another thing. Merging commits together, stuff like that. You can do a bunch of things with GitHub Desktop, but then there's a bunch of much more advanced things that you might not be able to do with GitHub Desktop. But to be fair, if you're not a very advanced user, if you're just doing basic Git operations, then you don't really need to go any further from the GitHub Desktop because it provides you with a nice GUI that you can use enter instead of having to enter commands each time. It's just a lot more convenient. Where was I going with this? Yeah, okay. So I've been busy reading up on Git, and I'm gonna continue reading up on this. There's quite a few chapters here, dude. Let me show you guys. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff here. I think, okay, so Git tools. I might I might look into this later. This seems like a lot more advanced stuff. Oh, maybe I should also look into this graphical interfaces because so far the only one that I've used. I mean, I'm sure there are others available out there. GitHub is a system that uses Git. There's a bunch of other systems that also use Git that I've used before. What was one? I can't remember the name exact. I think it was called Atlassian, or maybe the company was called Atlassian. Hold on. There was a product that I was using. This was like years ago. This was maybe a good like 8 years ago, I think. Give me a second. Atlassian VCS? Yeah. What was it called? I think it was called Bitbucket. Yeah, I think it was called Bitbucket. I was using this back in the day. I think at that time, GitHub didn't have free private repositories. They only had free public repositories, and I think the private repos were a paid feature. I think so. And then eventually they made even private repos free, and then now, you know, the majority of the people are using GitHub. But back then, I was using Bitbucket. I believe there was a free tier of it, and then they had like a paid version as well. I don't remember what their pricing model was. I don't want to go into it, but yeah. Um, let's take a look. That's so these are the only two ones that I've used. I haven't used any other VCSs. Um, okay, so there's GitK, GitGUI. Oh, this is nice. This is just plain and simple. I kind of like this. Um, all right, there's GitGUI as well. I'll look into that as well. Then there's GitHub for Mac OS and Windows. Oh, GitHub Desktop. I think it's talking about GitHub Desktop. GitHub has created two workflow-oriented Git clients, one for Windows, one for so and so. Okay. Yeah, I think they're talking about. Okay, when they say GitHub for Windows, I'm not sure if they mean. I mean, they're talking about GUI, so I'm not sure if they mean GitHub Desktop or if they mean something else. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, GitHub Desktop. Um, I've been using GitHub Desktop. It's pretty convenient. It's nice working with GUI, but I want to look into doing stuff with just the plain Git CLI. because there's quite a bit that I can learn from that. I've done the basics back in the day, but I never really looked into the more advanced stuff back in the day. And even the basics that I was doing back then, I would every now and then I would run into issues that I wouldn't know how to solve. Um, Funny enough, they were all with Unity projects. Most of the time, the issues that I would have would be merge conflicts, and I just didn't know how to solve them. So I would try to recreate these merge conflicts using like plain text files. And I think back then when I was, you know, learning Git or relearning Git or something, I did manage to recreate it and understand. I think there was a thing where it would show there would be a merge conflict, and then you could choose which section you wanted to keep and which section you wanted to overwrite, or there was something along those lines. But yeah, I wanna use the actually hold on. What would happen if I used the plain Git thing, the plain Git GUI? Let's read up on this a little bit. I want to see if there's any limitations. It says that it accepts command line options. Git K is easiest to invoke from the command line. Okay. Does it have its own? Well, I mean, yeah. Okay. I was about to ask if it has its own command line kind of thing, but I'm sure there must be yeah, there must be something. When you install Git, you also wait. When you install Git, you also get its visual tools. Let me open this up on Linux real quick. Give me a second. There's Git K and Git GUI. What does Git GUI look like? Git K is a graphical history viewer. Think of it like a powerful GUI shell over Git log and Git grep. This is the tool to use when you're trying to find something that happened in the past or visualize your project's history. Oh, you know what? Okay. So I think something I'm going to need to keep in mind with this is that a bunch of the stuff that I'm doing. So, okay, there's two things. There's two directions. I'm not sure how to say it. There's two things that I want to do with Git. One is host my own Git server, which is going to be a local server. But at the same time, I also want to set up Git on another machine to work with my GitHub repos specifically. So the repos are hosted on on the GitHub servers, and I'm just creating my own working copy and then pushing changes from it. I want to do both of these things because not all of my projects are going on GitHub. There's quite a few that I want to put on GitHub, and I do put them on GitHub. But the ones that are not on GitHub, I want a way to have a backup of them. And the more I'm exploring Git, the more it seems like this is a much better idea in terms of creating backups than the older method that I was using, which is copying the entire folder and then pasting it and then calling the folder backup XYZ date. Because the way that Git handles data and the changes in the data, it allows you to go back to a previous time. And I think that's really powerful because that in itself is a backup. That's a backup that allows you to, that's basically creating a backup at every commit. So if you screw something up, you can always go back and start over from there. And this is something I'm going to have to look into. Like, how do you actually start from a previous commit? How do you pull the changes? How do you pull the data from a previous commit and start over from that point, not from the latest commit? So there's a bunch of experimenting that I have to do. But yeah, I want to do both of these things. I want to set up my own Git server locally for projects that are not on GitHub, and I also want to set up Git to work with my projects which are on GitHub. The good news is that a fair bit of the GitHub stuff I'm able to do through GitHub Desktop, but I still want to go into more advanced stuff. Dude, having the GUI is just such a it is just so convenient. It is incredibly convenient. Oh shit, I missed the ad timer. Okay, there's going to be an ad playing in, I don't know, 15 seconds, and then I'll take a hydration break. Okay. So, this tool is a tool you use when you're trying to find something that happened in the past or visualize the project's history. Git K. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was supposed to check on Linux if okay, so I have a separate tab open. All right, let's do git K. Git K not found, but it can be installed with so and so. Okay, when you install Git, you also get the visual tools. So to be fair, I'm looking at, oh, you know what? Let's try Git GUI. Nope, that's not installed either. Okay, so there's an ad playing right now, so I'm gonna take a hydration break and I'll see you guys in 30 seconds. All right, welcome back. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, okay. So, Git K and Git GUI, neither of them are installed. To be fair, the Git that I'm using on both of my Linux machines, it came it came installed with Ubuntu. So I don't know if when you install or when you get Git pre-installed, then is the GUI included or not. That being said, installing it on Ubuntu is not really a problem. I can definitely install it. But it's good to know that we have this. I need to see if GitHub Desktop does something like this. This tree kind of thing. You know what? Okay, hold on. Let me look this up. GitHub Desktop tree. Tree view. Um okay, so somebody asked this question. Can GitHub Desktop show a tree view for the changes? It seems that that feature was present in version 1 of GitHub for desktop, and it was removed in version 2 of the app. There are posts asking for this in 2018, and we still don't have that functionality in 2020. All right. Okay, so I'm looking at it 4 years later now. Thanks for the request. This is a duplicate of so and so. Okay. Okay. All right. 2021. Bunch of people still asking for it. Cool, cool, great. There's a lot of demand for it. And I think the last one was in August 20th. It doesn't seem like there's a tree view. Though, let me scroll and see. The feature request overview. We kindly request the implementation of a graph view feature in GitHub Desktop to visualize branch history and relationships. This feature can be highly this feature has been highly requested by users for several years, as evidenced by previous issues, so and so and so and so. Okay, then there's a rationale for it. Okay. Um, okay, cool, great. Thank you for your consideration. This conversation was locked as too heated and limited to collaborators. Oh, oh, okay. All right. I guess we don't have it. Okay. All right. There's another one where somebody asked, where someone said tree view is needed. Changes list tree view. Thanks for the issue. I'm going to add this to so and so where we are tracking the feedback for this. Okay. You know what? Maybe I should be looking at it here, so that you guys can also see it. I'm just clicking around on my other machine and you guys can't see it. I'm still reading it out, but like you guys can't see it. So give me a second. Oh, you know what? I could just type it out. So let's open up a new tab. Oh, you know what? While I'm here, let's also open labs.perplexity.ai, just so we have a llama thing open. Okay, github.com, desktop/desktop/issues/2417. I think I got, nope, I did not get it right. Probably because I spelled desktop wrong the first time. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So, okay. Uh, so this is what somebody had posted. Somebody's requesting the tree view thing, and I think I got to the end of this, which was, oh, actually, this is a different thread. Okay, all right. This is a different thread. This is a different issue. So, uh, considering that somebody has plus one this, is that even plus one? So plus one. I mean, it makes sense in my head saying plus one, like somebody put a plus one on this. That's just, I mean, I don't know if it's accurate to say that, but I don't give a shit. I'm just saying plus one, whatever. Okay. So, considering that someone has plus one this, um, I'm guessing I'm guessing GitHub Desktop doesn't currently have it. I just installed GitHub Desktop today and uninstalled right after, seeing there's no tree view. This feature has been requested 6 years ago, and still no implementation of it. This is an important quality of life for large repos. True, true. Dude, I wonder if we can see a tree view on GitHub. So let's remove the desktop thing. I don't think I've ever tried viewing like the tree view on the GitHub website itself. Oh, it says it's pro only, but then later on someone said, seems like now it's free. Now it's not pro. Okay. Here's what we can do. In GitHub, there's a path slash commits to see the sequential list of commits leading up to a given commit. It's present in the form of a timeline. It's accessible as a history link. It's accessible as as words. It is accessible as the history link. Fuck me. Why was that so hard to say? Okay, so what is this? This is branches. Okay. This is commits. Okay, let's click on commits. I don't think it's this. Is this what I'm supposed to be looking for? Repo path commits main. I'm looking at development. Oh, that's just a specific branch. Okay. But then this is not a tree view, is it? This is more like a yeah, this is not a tree view. The resulting timeline allows paging into older history commits. Uh, no, into older history, and each commit could be clicked. Okay, this does not show a graph of branches as shown in Insights Network. Okay, Insights Network. Dude, okay, hold on. I've never looked at this. I didn't know this was a thing. Dude, each time I would see network, I would always think it had something to do with traffic. I don't think I've ever looked at this. What is desktop? Oh, desktop is the, oh shit, okay. I was wondering what desktop is, but like we are looking at the desktop repo. The repo network shows the 100 most recently pushed forks. You know what? Um, I think I'm gonna look at one of my own repos. Which one would be good? I think my virtual stream deck would be good. Okay, so let's look up dem keys virtual stream deck. I spelled deck wrong. Great. Okay, virtual stream deck. Great. So let's transition back. And this is the repo. I pushed a commit today, like shortly before starting the stream. And there's also a couple of commits from after the repo was made. So we should have some stuff to look at here. Okay, cool. So each of these are commits. And we can click on each of them. That is crazy. Dude, okay, that's cool. I didn't know GitHub had this feature. And I'm guessing if I ever made branches, then those branches would appear here. Which repo? I'm trying to remember if there's a repo in which okay, I think one of my repos has, let's hold on. Let me see if, because there was one repo in which I'd made a change to fix an issue, and in order to test out that change, I first, and to also kind of practice branching, I I first created a branch and then started doing the work in that branch, and then once I was sure everything was fine, I then merged that into the main repo, into the main branch. I think it was my scene loader plugin that I had made, or was it the hashing app? Let's open both of these and see. I don't think it was virtual file system. Was it, dude? Okay, could it be virtual file system? Let me open up virtual file system as well. Because in virtual file system, at one point, I implemented a thing um, for run length encoding and base 64, just to sort of compress bigger data. Yeah, here it is, scene loader window. Okay, let's take a look at insights, network. Okay, what is this? What is this supposed to show? So each of these are commits, right? Okay, then we have this, and then this comes here. What is this? I'm not. I'm seeing a similar thing here as well. Hold up. Let me see if GitHub has docs for this. GitHub documentation network. Oh, network graph. So let me just look up GitHub network graph. Understanding connections between repositories. Is that it? The network graph displays the branch history. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's it. So what I need to do is this and then look up GitHub network graph. Okay, listing the forks of a repo. Hold on. To see older branches, click and drag within the graph. Okay. The network graph displays the branch history of the entire repository network, including fork branches. Fork. Okay, so um, that wouldn't be my fork. That would be somebody else forking my repo, right? Give me a second. I'm just gonna look at this. I can't remember which repo it was on which. Okay, so that was never. Okay, I never did a branch here. Dude, I can't remember which one it was. Okay, could it be here? No, there's nothing here either. Oh, there's this thing again. What exactly is this? Is this oh, could this be cloning? Yeah, yeah, maybe it could be cloning and then pushed from somewhere. That could be it, right? Because okay, virtual stream deck. When was this commitment? No, this okay. That doesn't make sense. Because I pushed a change today. Wait, okay, maybe it doesn't mean just push. Maybe it means cloned. Cloned the repo and then push to change. Could that be it? Oh man, I don't know why I'm yawning. I don't know why I'm yawning all of a sudden. Um, all right, okay. This graph is a timeline of the most recent commits and shows up to 100 of the most recently pushed to branches. The first row references, wait, where is it? Yeah, okay. The first row references the date, and the first column references the branch owner. Use, my God. Okay. Use the arrow keys or other keyboard shortcuts to to more easily navigate the graph. They are provided in the keyboard shortcuts available pop up under the graph. Oh, I didn't notice this. Okay. Scroll left. Okay, okay. All right. This is virtual file system. Okay, let's take a look at this. Wait, what is this? This is the hashing app, which I think, okay, this was the screenshot, and then I'm still trying to figure out what this blue thing is. Okay, I think the blue thing is here as well. Um, to see older branches, click and drag within the graph. Okay, okay, all right. That's the network listing the forks of a repository. Okay. Oh, about repository graphs. My God, dude, why am I yawning so much? Holy shit. Okay, I wanted to talk about um like, well, I mean, I did talk about it. I wanted to talk about, how the year has been and what I'm hoping for in 2025. I mean, I've made this list. This is some of the stuff that I'm hoping for in 2025. Oh, one very important thing. Stre- stream more. I need to stream more, dude. I really need to stream more. I want to, cuz like dude, I want to make streaming a thing for me. I want to make streaming like a thing. I want to like grow my audience. I want to build a community, and yeah, dude. I just want to have fun building things on stream and learning things on stream, and um other people who are like-minded, or at the very least enjoy this kind of content, they can join the community. And I want to build a community of my own. um so yeah, that's I would say that's also one of my goals. But in general, I just want to make streaming a more, common thing. I want to make it so even if I'm not doing talking streams, I'm still streaming on that day. So then it'll be a mute stream. Something that I could do is I could set up TTS for the mute streams. Um, for the time being, I'm gonna have to, yeah, I'm gonna have to see how to go about setting that up. I mean, I could take the easy way for now and just use the transformers library. At some point later, I do want to learn how to fine tune those models and um, well, okay, I don't need to fine tune the speech to text. I need to actually no, I don't need to fine tune the text to speech. I need to fine tune the speech to text. So that comes later. For now, I want to set up text to speech specifically for my mute streams. Yeah, and then I can also set up like a I can set up like a I can set up a small app that's going to run on a different system so that I can type into a different keyboard and that message is then going to be sent over to this machine that I'm streaming from, and on this machine I'm going to have the TTS model running. Yeah, that could be a fun stream idea. I could set something like that up in one of my streams. That could be an interesting idea for sure. Yeah, dude. Um, I'm excited. I'm excited. I think last year I wasn't nearly this excited to see what's coming in the next year, but this year I'm actually pretty excited because I think one of the reasons is because I've had a pretty productive year. Um, to be honest, I would say it was more like the later half of the year was more productive for me. But yeah, I would say like overall the year was pretty productive. I accomplished a bunch of things that I was trying to accomplish. Um, I still have like, a long way to go. I still have a lot of progress to make. And here's some of the things that I'm hoping to make progress on. But yeah, dude, um, I'm excited. It's been a good year. The year definitely had its ups and downs, and but I mean, it was a good year. It was a productive year at the very least. And I'm excited for 2025. I'm also super excited to see all the I'm excited to see what AI is like in 2025. Like all the tech advancements we're going to be seeing, all the innovation we're going to be seeing in terms of not just AI models, but also stuff like robotics. Um, I'm interested in I'm already I'm dude I'm looking at um what's fucking words, dude. What am I trying to say? I've been following a bunch of people on Twitter who post um robotics stuff and AI stuff, and through that I'm kind of trying to keep up with the news. There are certain people that post I guess weekly, or yeah, I think weekly they post stuff, stuff like news in AI and news in robotics, or just in machine learning or in data science or whatever. They post information that kind of gives us an idea of what's been going on, and from there I kind of take the research over by myself. These guys, they give us a brief idea of new tech that's being worked on, new tech that's being introduced, new products that have been released, stuff like that. And we are already seeing a lot of advancements in AI and in robotics. Like we are getting to the point where we actually have humanoid robots that can do various tasks. And um, I don't know, maybe in 2025 we're going to be seeing robots that can also do household tasks. Who knows? But I'm excited to see where things go. But yeah, dude, uh, I don't know. That's all I can say right now. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what 2025 is like. Hopefully it's hopefully it's only good things. I know that's not going to be the case. There's definitely going to be good times and bad times, but hopefully it's mostly good stuff. I'm excited. I'm excited to I'm excited to do this stuff that I've listed here, because this is already a bunch of stuff that, I I'm going to be spending time doing. I'm also excited to get back to doing more. Oh yeah, okay, so I need to finish Git. I need to finish learning the basics of Git and more, or well, I need to learn I need to read up on the basics of Git. It's less about reading up on the commands and more about understanding how Git works. That's more of what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to learn the commands, because the commands are stuff like, add the files so they're being tracked, and then or I think it's called staged, and then commit, and then push, right? And then if there's new changes in the repo, then you can pull those changes, stuff like that. Those are like basic commands. I'm not trying to learn the commands. I'm trying to understand how Git works, and what's the idea behind repos, and how these different changes get tracked, how it stores the changes, all of those things. I'm trying to understand how Git works in general. I'm not just trying to learn the commands. So that's why I want to spend some time reading up on Git. And fortunately, there's this book, this very useful book. Give me a second. Here, there's this very useful book that you can use, which is on the Git website. They also have that. You know what? Hold on. I don't know if I was able to show this on stream the last time, but the time before that, when I tried to access the visual cheat sheet, um, it was giving like a weird error of some sort. But that error is not there anymore. I checked it recently being maybe a week back, and I found out that yeah, it's the error is not there anymore. So give me a second. I'm gonna open this thing up. Let's look at the documentation. Visual Git cheat sheet. There it is. So I was mentioning this to you guys previously, and I don't know if I was able to show it, but this is the Git cheat sheet. This is amazing. It's nicely done. They've set up. Oh, it also respects the keyboard thing. I just realized that. So yeah, this is the Git cheat sheet. It's also available in a bunch of different languages if you need that. Uh, like this. And wait, hold on. I'm curious. Okay, yeah, never mind. So Yeah, this is the cheat sheet, and it's divided into different sections, which are like the different tasks, and or rather different categories, I guess. And for each of these different categories, you have different types of commands that do different things, and each of them, you get like a brief explanation of what it does. This is super useful. Of course, this is useful after you've learned the basics, after you've read the documentation, after you've read up on Git and understood what the various commands and stuff do and how these repos work internally, then this can be useful for you. Just in case, later on you forget. Like, for example, I've never used stuff like rebase and cherry pick. There was something else called reflog or reflog. I think it's reflog. I'm not sure. I haven't used that either. There's a bunch of things that I haven't used. But yeah, okay. Dude, so I wanna as much as I wanna carry on streaming, I think I'm getting kind of tired. I don't know if it's just me getting hungry or if I'm tired and need to sleep. But I'm gonna end the stream here. Um I'm also kind of, getting maxed out in terms of my voice because I haven't streamed in 10 days. And so when I started streaming again, then, I kind of have to build it up again. So 1 hour of streaming for today is enough. I wish I could have gone longer, but it is what it is. I'm gonna carry on reading up on Git, and hopefully I'll stream again tomorrow. I really want to stream tomorrow as well, because I'm not going to be streaming the day after tomorrow because the day after that is going to be New Year's. So around nighttime, I'm going to be celebrating with family, and we're going to be drinking and stuff. So not going to be. Oh, you know what? Okay, maybe. I don't know. I'll see. Um, I'm still debating whether I want to do a drunk stream or not. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll see. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'll see. If I do a drunk stream, I want to do something dumb. Uh dumb in what way? I don't know. It's going to have to be something that I'm able to stream. So, I'm not sure exactly what it's going to be. I haven't streamed VR chat in a long time. One of the reasons is because it's kind of heavy on my system to play and stream at the same time. I used to do it, and it was okay. It was good. Um, I could do that, but like I want to do something else in terms of like just doing something dumb and fun. Maybe I could pick some other game that I haven't played, and we could try to do something fun in one of those games. I'm not sure. Let me check my list of games. I need to see which ones would actually work. Oh, wait, no, that's not the. I mean, they all would work. That's the. I guess that's not the right term to use. I need to see which ones would work well, which ones would perform well enough that I would feel confident enough to stream them. For example, I was playing. I think it's called Lego The Hobbit or Lego Hobbit or something. It's a Hobbit's game. Um, that's based in Legoland. Basically, it's with like Lego characters, and all the entire world is built with like Lego stuff. It's a nice game. I never finished the game. I started the game and then stopped it, and then I think months later or a year or two later, I restarted it again recently. Recently being a couple months ago again, and then I kind of paused it and didn't go back to it. I could go back to that, but like I can't stream that because I've tried recording it before and the frame rate is not that great. So I don't want to stream any game that's not going to have the best frame rate. I would prefer to pick a lighter game, let's say. I am interested in looking into Stardew Valley. I have the game. Fortunately, I have the game. So I could look into that. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Or I could just, I mean, it doesn't have to be a game. We could try doing something fun with AI models. We could try doing something dumb with AI models. We could, yeah, dude. Okay, we could try something like that. Dude, we could try having some fun with. We could try having some fun with LLMs. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. For now, I'm gonna end the stream. Qtane, thanks for stopping by and hanging out. Anyone else who might have been lurking in the stream, thanks for hanging out. I'm definitely gonna try and stream more, much more. I'm like I mentioned, I'm not a resolutions kind of person, but I definitely do have certain things that I'm hoping to um, accomplish slash make more progress in next year, and I'm gonna work towards making that happen. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's stream. I hope you guys have a nice day, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.